Hey everybody, Mike here. I want to take a second to go over this automated robotic vacuum that was sent out to me to try out and test. In exchange for this product being given to me, I want to kind of run through the features of this vacuum, go over the performance on it, and then kind of give you my final thoughts at the end as to what I've thought about it. I have run this thing through my house probably 8 to 10 times now. With that being said, I feel like I've got a pretty good handle as to how this thing works now, at least enough that I can kind of go through the features with you and give you my honest opinion on it. So when you first get this unit out of the box, this is basically what you're left with right here. Mainly being the vacuum itself here, your docking station, and then you've got a couple little extra parts and pieces. They give you an extra little brush here, which I'll show you that in a minute. They give you a little cleaning brush as well, and then you get your user manual. Now once you get this thing out of the box, you're going to want to go ahead and plug this thing in and go ahead and let it get it fully charged. And while you're doing that, you can go ahead and install the app on your phone, get that set up, and then go ahead and get it paired to your unit while it's sitting there charging. Now once this thing's got a full charge on it, go ahead and start your app and go ahead and let this thing run through the house. The first time going through, it's going to kind of do an exploration. It's going to vacuum while it's going. It's also learning your floor plan, saving that within the app, and that way the next time you go to use it, it's kind of got something to go off of. Now one thing I want to go ahead and address is I do actually own a more expensive version of this that I've owned for a couple of years now, and I absolutely love that thing. Now with that being said, it's about triple the price as what this one normally runs. So if you've never owned one of these little vacuums before, I want to kind of go over a few key differences as what you're going to get with this one at this price point versus one you're going to get at a higher end price point. Now as I've already mentioned, this is what you get right here, the docking station being the main difference between this unit and my more expensive one. The more expensive one, which you can actually kind of see there in the corner, is one of the Roborock models. The docking station has actually got a clean and a dirty water fill container, as well as a built-in dust bag that will store all the dirt and debris for quite a while before it's full. And to me, that's a nice convenience because my house 2,000 square feet, and with us having kids running in and out of the house, I've got a husky that runs around the house full time, as well as us just dragging dirt in from the farm. Having that larger dustbin on that larger vacuum is an absolute time saver and convenience for us. Now with that being said, let's go and dive back into the unit we're actually talking about here. And this unit comes in at a lot lower price point, but it has just about all the same bells and whistles, and the app is very comparable to the one that's on my more expensive one as well. Now when you're diving into the features on this vacuum, basically what you're going to have here is on the top, you see this little top hat looking deal. That is your 360-degree radar, which is doing the projection of your room. So it's sending a signal out and back to the vacuum and then communicating with your app. That's what's actually going to help learn the floor plan of your room. It's also equipped here with this little bumper on the front. So if it's running through the house and it does get too close to a baseboard, or a kid left a toy out, dog toy, something of that nature, and it bumps that, it's going to navigate its way around the obstacle. It's also going to notate that obstacle on your floor plan within the app as well. And then you have the option to remove that obstacle, leave it there, just based on what that is. Now also on the front here is where that little brush is at. Now as I already mentioned, you do get an extra one of these, so when this one wears out or if it ends up having an issue, you do have that at your disposal that you can go ahead and swap that dude out. And it's as simple as just pulling this one off, like so. It basically just snaps right in place. Now let's go ahead and navigate to the back of this thing and I'll show you what we got going on the back end here. Now you'll see this little blue tab. If you push down on that like so, this is your dust box. Now your dust box has several different components built into it. What you're gonna have here is one lid that's gonna open up, and that is your air filter, which you can take out and clean as needed. If you able to open it up this way, that's your dust compartment. That's where all your dust and dirt and everything's gonna go into. That's one of the key differences between this one and my more expensive model. This is something you're gonna have to empty out either every use, maybe every other use, or maybe every other third, depending on how much dirt and debris you got picking up. But for me, and with my dog shedding as much as she does, my dog's hair easily fills this compartment up every time I vacuum. So it's just something you gotta keep in mind. You gotta empty this dustbin, but it's as easy as just taking this little box out, emptying that out, and then locking it back in place and you're good to go. We've got one other feature on this that we need to talk about as well. This is your fill port for your water. It's a 250 milliliter water tank, which is around 8.5 ounces. So you fill that up like so, and then you've got your water tank back here that you can see, as well as your mop head on the bottom here, and that just sticks in place with Velcro. So as your mop head wears out or you feel it's dirty and you need to replace it, you can easily go online, pick up some replacement mop heads, and slap those on with no problems at all. Now, one other key difference between a model like this and a lot more expensive model is this mop head here simply just kind of drags across the floor like a handheld mop would. So as it's going, it's kind of just swiping across and doing a light mop. Now it does perform pretty well, but on the higher end models, kind of like the other one I've got, those mop heads actually are designed to spin and rotate as they go. So it gives you a little bit more scrubbing power. I did feel like this one did a really good job on dusting. When it came to like hard stains though, or like a spilled drink that had dried in place, it did not perform as well as the higher end models. So keep that in mind as well. Now before I go ahead and slide this back in here, let me go ahead and show you the bottom of this unit as well. Now the bottom here, there's that little rotating broom that I showed you already. You got your two contact pads. That's how it's going to charge to your docking station. Both your wheels here are robotic. Those are what drive the unit. And then you just got a little steer wheel here. And then towards the bottom here where your dust box goes is where your roller head is for your vacuum. So go ahead and pop that dude out of place, and You can see it slides out as easy as that, which means it's that easy to clean as well. Now, one other key difference I did notice on this unit is the suction power on this thing is very comparable, almost identical to my higher end unit. I didn't really notice any difference in the vacuuming and what it left behind versus that other vacuum that I run all the time. The only key difference I did notice is that this one tends to clog up just a little bit more with my dog hair than the other one does. But as I already mentioned, this is an extremely easy roller to take out and service. So if you do have a dog with the sheds a lot like mine, just keep in mind you have to keep up on your roller a little bit more often to keep the dog hair free and clear so everything can get into the dustpan as it's designed. We're going to slap this cover back on here, and then we'll put our dust box back in here. And this thing's back ready to go again. Now, I kind of already touched on the app and how intuitive I thought that app was. I think it's a really well-designed app. It has a lot of cool features, including you can schedule this thing on when you want it to run. It's actually a 3-in-1 vacuum, so you can mop only, vacuum only, and mop and vacuum at the same time. Now, me personally, with my house being a little bit larger, and this is the exact same way I run my other vacuum as well, is I typically like to do the vacuum feature first because my house is so large. By the time it gets done doing all the vacuuming, the battery is pretty well almost on the dead side. Now, the battery is a 3,000 milliamp hour battery. It's supposed to run for somewhere around 180 minutes. I haven't quite gotten that out of it yet. I think I'm sitting around 140 minutes. I didn't track that to the minute. I think I'm sitting somewhere close to that 2.5 hour range is what I'm getting on a charge on this thing. And if I do the whole house, it takes every bit of that to go through here and vacuum. So what I typically do is I'll run the vacuum first, let it go back on the dock, charge for about a half hour or so. Then I go back through and run the mop feature by itself. We try to run this thing twice a week minimum, if not 3 times, depending on how much traffic the house sees throughout the week. And mainly that's just to keep up on the dog hair and the dust that accumulates on the floor. So most of the time we don't have a lot of hard stains or messes that we got to clean up. Usually we just clean those up by hand. So essentially I'm running these vacuums just as a duster to kind of get around the baseboards and places like that that don't see the foot traffic. Now also when this thing comes around to vacuuming, one pet peeve of mine when it comes to these vacuums is when they don't run in straight lines and create a nice pattern across the floor. I like to see the finished result when this thing gets done, and this thing does an incredibly good job of keeping nice straight lines across the room, giving it a nice presentation after it's finished its task. I think that pretty much covers just about everything I wanted to talk to you about this thing. I think it's an extremely great vacuum at the price point that this thing comes in at. I would definitely consider this thing to be more in the entry level, maybe entry level to mid level in my opinion. I think this vacuum would really shine in a lot smaller environment. So if you've got a house that's maybe only pushing 1,500 square feet, or if you live in an apartment, maybe even a studio apartment, and especially if you don't have any pets, this thing's gonna be right up your alley. It's not gonna take up a ton of space, and you're not gonna have to stay on top of this thing like I do in my larger house. Animals and kids running in and out all the time. So if you found yourself looking for a robotic vacuum like something like this, consider giving this one a shot, especially if it checks all the boxes I've already mentioned. But other than that, I think that's all I've got for you on this one. I appreciate you taking the time to watch, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.